right, everybody, welcome to the week. Welcome to the week. Hey, astrology group members, we're going to meet on Tuesday this week instead of Thursday. I'm going to be traveling on Thursday. So we're going to meet Tuesday. I'm finishing up the Q&A from last week's session. This week, we're going to talk about the aspects, how planets talk to each other and how to figure out how events and things are getting activated in your life. We're going to talk about the aspects, okay? Conjunctions and squares and oppositions. All right, that's happening on Tuesday. Wednesday in Pathfinder group, we're going to talk about the Enneagram. I know last week I talked about the way of the yogi, and this week I'm going to be talking about the personality usages for yourself with the Enneagram and how to use that for your spiritual awakening. So if you're interested in that, jump on in to Pathfinders. Let's see where we're going today, what wants to come through. We do have the full moon in Gemini coming up at the end of this week. Mercury is going to go direct on the 15th, same day as the full moon in Gemini. We had Mars go retrograde last week in the sign of Leo. It's going to go back into Cancer and then go direct again on February 23rd. So lots to talk about there. Let's see what comes through the reading here. You cannot pour from an empty cup. That showed up in my For Whoever reading. Find your star family in this cosmic game of hide and seek. Some of you are being drained by family. Oh, look at this. Your lighthouse guides you home to the stars. Some of you, this is your work. My business class, it starts on Tuesday, is called Project Lighthouse. I teach you about shining your light brightly in this very, very chaotic world. And you are at the divine Y point. So choice point coming up. This can be about closing up old cycles that feel draining to you. Some of you are letting go of relationships that have never worked or aren't working. Some of you are bringing in some conflict, try to shake something up or shake something loose. And that's kind of a scary thing because you don't know how it's going to shake out. But I feel like this is, even in this chaotic moment in time, that's necessary. It's necessary. It's almost like you're standing up for yourself, which I really like. All right, let's see where we're going here. The star underneath, absolutely. The Four of Wands, wow. Tower, Two of Wands, and here's the moon. Here's the moon. I am getting the Ten of Pentacles. I am getting the King of Swords. So I'm just gonna say that there's something here about if you're healing and trying to keep things on an even keel, conflict comes in order to really set you on your path. So I almost feel like this might be like too sedentary or too, the relationship has not, or the situation you're in right now is too placid to really engender any growth. And I know that sometimes it's really nice to just have things be even keel, but this is like going against your growth cycle. Okay. So it's likely that you need some shakeup right now in order to set you on your correct path. Mars retrograde is about internal shakeups around patterns that keep us stuck. And it's like, you can't do it anymore. I just can't do it anymore. I can't be civil to this person knowing that they are undermining me at every turn. I have to say something. I have to speak up. I can't just isolate myself. I have to say something. This could be about a family member, or there could have been some shakeups around Thanksgiving or approaching Christmas. So, that can be a thing. Two of Swords, Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Some of you are bringing the heat here. Some of you are bringing conflict in, and like in this instance, this looks like kind of good-natured sparring. It doesn't really feel like this Tower yet. And I almost feel like there have been a few situations where you've said some things, but then been kind of apologetic or haven't really taken it to the next level. And it's no longer serving you to do that. Okay. 10 of Wands. You're taking on too much of this burden yourself. Queen of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, going in a new direction. Going in a new direction here. Yep, Six of Swords. And let's see, Six of Swords, Knight of Wands. Oh, interesting. And the Three of Wands. This is a lot about expectations. Other people have expectations of you. And if you don't do what they want, I feel like you get conflict. And it's kind of like, yeah, but that strikes me as really super unfair. That you have some kind of unspoken expectation of me, and I'm living my life, I'm doing what's good for me, and you think that's selfish, or you think that's not sufficiently. This could be a love partnership, or could show up in love partnerships where for you to truly be you, the other person can't handle it. This could be about divine feminine, divine masculine having a conflict of divine feminine is really stepping into their power and divine masculine cannot handle it. And you're seeing that in the world right now. So there is something here about that. And there is something about forward movement, kind of fast forward movement. When you recognize that what you're doing needs to be, I don't know, put down or not embraced anymore, like a codependency of some kind. Like you're now a sovereign being. Maybe you've really stepped into your power more with this Queen of Pentacles. I really like that. You stepped into your power more. So what is this Page of Cups? Because Page of Cups can sometimes be an apology. But I don't really feel, I feel like just because you're standing up for yourself, do you really need to apologize for that? High Priestess. The other person thinks so. Two of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Fool. So you're getting free of this pattern and recognizing how much you're taking on, how much of a relationship you're responsible for. And like, this person never has to apologize, or this person never has to be accountable to you, but you have to be accountable to them. And it's like, no, not doing that. Not doing that anymore. This can be a global situation too, where there had been a sense of, well, this is what's expected of me, and so this is what I'm doing. But then there's this waking up that says, wait a minute, that's taking away my power. That's draining me. I'm no longer going to do that. And that sets up conflict. Okay. The Ten of Wands. I feel like you're getting free of this. Yes. The Sun, Ten of Cups, beautiful energy, Wheel of Fortune, and the Four of Pentacles. It's really important that you learn what good boundaries are, how to assert them, how to create them. Because with this Ten of Wands and this Two of Pentacles, I just keep seeing you as like, well, I'm trying to placate them, and I'm trying not to give away too much of my power. I'm trying not to be a doormat, but I'm also trying not to be provocative either. And I get the feeling with Queen of Wands in the middle that it's like, we're approaching that time when just being a sovereign being is provocative. Okay. Just being in your own energy and just living your daily life. Whereas in the past, it wasn't provocative, but now it is. So divine feminine is being set upon or being dynamically opposed by a masculine energy that is wanting subservience, that is wanting, right, this Queen of Wands to be the Ten of Wands, to take on all parts of a relationship and still like expect nothing from it, kind of a thing. Like, I do everything. I do all the work, all the cooking, the cleaning, the child rearing and everything like that. And your job is really just to show up. And it's like, that's not going to go anymore. Even though I don't think it's gone for a long time. I think we've seen a lot of conflict around relationships like that. But now there's something stronger about it, because it's like, I feel like there's an assertion more on the planet right now of not getting anything you want. divine feminine, getting nothing. You'll get nothing and like it, kind of a feeling. And there's a sense of divine feminine saying that's a ridiculous thing to say. Okay. So this Knight of Wands and the Three of Wands about expectations, Page of Swords, Nine of Wands, the Empress, and the Seven of Swords. So this is a pattern. This is an old pattern. This is an old pattern of communication that can be quite passive, that can be sort of like there's a lot held in abeyance. I'm getting the word abeyance. There's a lot held back in order just to keep the peace. And I recall my mom definitely being that kind of person that was like, you know, peace at any cost was kind of her motto for a while. And I was like, at any cost? Really? Peace at any cost. Think about that. And I don't think that that's a proper situation anymore. I think there's going to be a time over the 2025 when there will be this kind of, and I feel like this might have to do with Mars, because Mars in retrograde goes back into Cancer, and Cancer is very mothering, kind of nurturing energy. And there's this sense of wait a second, I'm mothering you. Now I'm doing that, but I'm not your mother. And it's almost like trying to keep the peace. And it's like too much. It's asking of the divine feminine an energy of partnership that they be drained of their energy while masculine energy is not giving nearly the same. And I have seen that recently. Now, this might just be for a chunk of us in the world. It might not be, as pervasive as initially I'm saying here, but it can be. If you see this personally in your life, then there's definitely a sense of getting free of it. Getting free of it because you are at this divine Y point. A sense of, wait a second, wait a minute. That doesn't make sense to me. That all of my energy and all of my resources are going into this collaboration or into this connection, and my partner isn't doing nearly as much as I am doing. And I don't think this is about keeping score, but I think there's a sense of, wait a minute. Okay. I feel like there's a sense of, wait a minute. And it's because of being burned out. I think the divine feminine's getting burned out a little bit on this. The Ace of Wands, the Nine of Swords, the Ace of Cups. Wow. And the Five of Pentacles. So the universe. Okay. So the divine feminine I'm seeing here, and that's not about gender. It's about the energy of divine feminine getting maybe enraged by this. But at first there's a sense of like worry and concern and shame and problems with like asserting oneself and all of that, even though there are new gifts on offer. We have that's the Queen of Pentacles, right? Queen of Pentacles. There's new gifts on offer here. Some of you are going to be stepping into a lot of success and attracting a lot of attention and being worried about that, right? We're doing Project Lighthouse starting this week, and my goal is to help you shine your light brighter. And in 2025, if shining a bright light gets you attention, there can be this sense of like maybe some unwanted attention too. But I also feel that there is, and has been for the divine feminine, a long battle with the balance of nurturing other versus nurturing the self, putting time and effort towards my dreams versus supporting your dreams and things like that. So I feel like this is the moment of decision where I'm being healed out of some old patterns of relationship with this star and this tower here underneath, and I'm going toward my truth. Full moon in Gemini coming up. Mercury going direct on the same day. Mercury going direct on the same day. Ace of Pentacles here, another ace. The Ace of Swords is the one that's missing. That's truth. So Temperance coming in, Archangel Michael, the Magician. Oh, I like that. Page of Pentacles, learning a new path, learning a new way. Good enough for me. There's the Queen of Swords with that Ace of Swords. And this is a Divine Feminine Ace of Swords. Some of you are going to be getting some downloads around this, bringing in new ideas, getting new opportunities, and being afraid to step into your power and speak the truth. Getting, speaking truth to power can be very scary. And especially if there's this dynamic energy of trying to hold you down or trying to keep you back or something like that. So if you're dealing with a relationship that's doing that, there's something here around setting more firm boundaries, recognizing your own patterns. Some of you have been building with Pluto transiting through Capricorn. It's just now in Aquarius. Pluto in Capricorn says to us, have we constructed the structure that keeps us safe so that we can truly be ourselves? Have we done that? Have we created good boundaries? Have we created tribe? Have we created community? Have we created a business structure? What have we created that is going to support us on this new path of truth? What have you done in the last 15 years? I'll tell you what I've done. Moved away from narcissistic partnerships, even though there's one more to go, maybe more than one, to where standing in your power is going to be the thing that clicks the karma into place about moving forward into this new chapter. So let's continue on. I'm going to look at the next 30 days. I'm going to see what you don't see coming. Let's see how this plays out. All right, Pathfinders, link is below if you want to continue on. Pathfinders, let's just keep going. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.